Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible to you all. Kindly, can you confirm in the chat if I'm audible to you? Uh, Hello, guys. I hope everyone is joined. Kindly confirm if I'm audible so that we can start the session. I guess we can start now. First of all, I would like to congratulate all the GPAT rankers and all the qualifiers who have qualified GPAT. So now your next goal would be to qualify NIPER exam, and this is what the session will be all about. The last 5 to 10 days strategy for NIPER. So how can you do well in NIPER, score well in NIPER? That is what we'll do. What I think would be the best uh, way to go forward is that you can ask your questions in the chat box, and one by one I can answer your questions. That would be a better type of to all. Table later, don't worry about it. So that we can have this one-to-one interaction, questions regarding NIPER, so that I can give you answers about them, and after that we can also tell you about. Okay, regarding NIPER, I would like to just let me check. Is it still buffering? Are you able to hear me out? Can you guys please confirm if you can hear me out so that we can start? I've checked my questions. 40 questions will be aptitude and general knowledge and stuff like that, which is out of your pharma syllabus. Rest everything is for your from your GPAT syllabus and your pharma syllabus. So that is something that you have already done your expertise on, that you already have your hands on. Okay, that is something you have already revised. Just I would like to tell you, give it a revision one more time. Just revisit all those topics again. Revisit the pharmacology, pharm analysis, medicinal chemistry, pharmacognosy topics again, and so that you have a hands-on. You know, everything is at your fingertips while you're giving the NIPER exam again. Because I understand that the exam had been already cancelled once, so it has been a very hectic scenario for all of you guys. I understand that, but the thing is that without all these situations, you will not be able to give a better result. You will not be able to give your 100%. Just consider this as a opportunity in disguise, and consider this as a second chance if you might, so that you can do better in this again 13th July NIPER exam. I hope you all will do well again. So just revisit all the topics again, revisit everything that has been taught, revisit everything that you have read, revisit your notes, make your notes in such crisp manner that you can check for last minute revision. And after that, try to check for these general knowledge and stuff. Check for aptitude, general knowledge, whatever type of questions that you had in the NIPER that you had given. Similar type of questions will be asked again. So just recall whatever the questions were, whatever the questions you had given in that NIPER, and definitely, I'll also try to speak in Hindi. But if there are certain people who do not understand Hindi, I have to speak in English as well. मैं हिंदी में भी बात कर सकता हूँ, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है उस बारे में. No issues. Yes, I'll talk in Hindi as well. No worries. But first of all, I need to talk in English so that everyone is on the same platform. Yes. So for this, what I was speaking is that you have given your exam. You have given your NIPER exam. Yes, Karthik, I'll come to your question. Don't worry. You have given your NIPER exam. You know what type of questions were already asked in the NIPER exam. So you can analyze and prepare in that manner. That I know these type of questions were asked. Some of them were quite difficult. Some of them were quite easy, and the general knowledge and aptitude part of the NIPER exam, I know what type of questions were asked. So try to solve and practice those type of questions, because there is a greater chance that similar type of questions will be asked again. And there is also a greater chance that the paper can be a bit moderate this time. It is a chance, there is a possibility. So try to solve and try to practice those type of questions that you have already solved in your NIPER exam, previous NIPER exam, so that it will be helpful for your NIPER exam that is coming on the 23rd, 13th of July. I hope it is clear. Karthik, coming to your question. Okay. Sir, how can I improve my negative questions? Almost 30 to 40 are incorrect in every mock. Don't worry, Karthik. Uh, a mock is just a mock, it is not your final exam. I have said it time and again that it doesn't matter how much questions you do in your mock, how much negative questions you do in your mock, it is totally okay. The only thing that you need to learn from your mocks is where you are going wrong and where you need to improve your skills. Okay, you need to understand that okay, I am not following this concept, I am not able to grasp this concept, and I am going wrong in this concept. So better I can brush up my skills, I can brush up my knowledge in that portion, and I'll give my exam again, I'll give my mock again. Until and unless you give your final exam, final NIPER exam, everything is a mock for you, and it does not matter how much marks you get. Just try to check where you are going wrong, what you are doing wrong, analyze your mistakes, and then do your analysis and give another mock. Check if you are repeating the same mistakes and go for another mock. Check if you are repeating another mistake, go for another mock. In this way you need to analyze your mistakes, and you need to understand that you need to rectify those mistakes in that process. No matter how many mocks you give, if you are repeating the same mistake without learning anything, that is the waste of time. So it is better if you give mocks and analyze those mistakes and study those mistakes. I understand that you only have a week left now. I understand you only have 1 week, एक हफ्ता बचा है तुम्हारे पास. सो उस एक हफ्ते में तुम्हारा काम इतना ही है. जो नाइपर का पेपर ऑलरेडी हो चुका है, जो कैंसिल हो चुका है, उसको आप लोग थोड़ा बेटर तरीके से थोड़ा रीड करें उस पेपर को, थोड़ा रिकॉल करें क्वेश्चंस, किस टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आए हैं, आपने कहाँ कहाँ मिस्टेक्स की है, एंड आप उसको कैसे सुधार सकते हो इस एक वीक में. डू यू गेट इट? So this time some biostat question came. So it is there any chance getting the same type of question? There is definitely a chance that you will get biostat questions again, because it is a type of general aptitude that you can come across. So if it has been already asked, there is a high chance it will be asked again. Mark my words, there is a high chance it will be asked again. So do not make a mistake of letting things go, that if it has come already, it will not come again. There is a high possibility that there might be repetition of similar type of questions, not the same question but similar type of questions, similar conceptual questions. Okay, so just try to practice the same questions, try to practice those type of questions which have been already asked in the NIPER aptitude, so that you can have that hands-on training and you can ace in the current exam that you are going to give. Okay, this is regarding that aptitude wala part. Okay. Jagdishwari is asking how many questions can we attend. It has been seen that if you can try to solve more than 170 questions, you can get a better rank, good rank. So if the paper is quite difficult, 170 question mark is good for everyone. It is good for everyone. I'll repeat it again. 170 questions is good. If you want to take a good rank above 200 or 300, 170 plus questions is a good number of questions to solve. Okay. Vijay Raj is asking if I want to get NIPER below 100, then what is the approximate rank I need to get in GDC pre-NIPER series? As I've mentioned, Vijay, this GDC NIPER series or any other classes NIPER series, these are mocks. Even if you get first rank in your mock, it doesn't guarantee that you will get a rank in NIPER exam, because that is the real exam. These are all mocks. So you cannot quantify or gauge your rank on the basis of the mocks that you give. Personally, I was not someone who had got good ranks in these mocks or good ranks in the pre-NIPER series, but I did well in my NIPER because I knew that it was my final exam and I had to give my best there. So it is better to study for that final exam rather than focusing on your rank here in the NIPER pre-NIPER series or mock series. It is better to analyze your mistakes from those mock series. What should I do? How much rank will I get later? Do not think about this now. It is better to study and analyze the mistakes from the mocks. That is the only takeaway. Rest everything is nonsense. I hope you understand. Okay, in cognosy term, there is only one question are coming in this sniper. It depends. There can be a paper where there is no question at all in NIPER. There can be a paper where there can be 100. Out of 100, there can be 20 or 30 questions from pharmacognosy. You cannot just check and you cannot know how many questions they'll give. You need to study everything. You need to know that there are questions that will come. There might be a possibility that it cannot come, or there might be a possibility that 10 or 20 of the questions can come. So you will lose your marks there if you just let that subject go. Try to make a balance, strike a balance between every subject. Do not miss any subject. Do not be in a impression that if it has not come in the earlier exam, it will not come again. This is regarding the core subjects. Regarding the aptitude, I am still suggesting that try and practice the aptitude that has already been asked in the NIPER exam, so that you have that practice while going into the exam. Okay. uh, IIT BHU or NIPER? This is a question that I will answer at the end of the stream. I hope it is okay. First, let's talk about NIPER. First, let's talk about the NIPER exam, and after that, I'll answer what are different other exams and other institutes that you can go for doing your MPharm masters. Okay, that if that is okay for you. Muskan is asking here that what is your approach of solving the NIPER final paper? How you manage the time there? Okay. After that, Karthik is asking some special points to boost our marks in final exam. Okay. I'll answer one by one. First, I'll answer Muskan's question. Uh, in that exam, NIPER exam, I don't think time is a constraint. What I'll suggest you guys that the 40 questions that you have for general aptitude and general knowledge, that can take time because you need to solve stuff. So it is better you divide your time in such a way that you complete the 160 questions ahead of time, because you only get 2 hours. So try to tackle the questions of the core subjects as fast as possible, so that you can give time to that part of general knowledge and general aptitude. Apart from this, I do not think that there is anything like time management in NIPER exam, because you need to be very quick. You need to know the answer. If you do not know the answer, just skip the question, do not try it. Do not go for options that I know the answer, I might know the answer, so I should wait for it, I should think about it, I should ponder on the question. I'll wait, I'll get the answer, and then I'll go to the next question. In that thing, what you are doing is you are losing crucial marks where it was a easy question later and you do not went to that question due to lack of time. So it is better to manage it this way. If you do not know the question, just leave it and revisit it later if you have time. Else, skip the question and go on to the next question so that you manage your time well for that general aptitude section. I hope it is clear. Regarding some special points, I would tell you that practice this general aptitude and general knowledge because this will give you brownie points. It is something that will decide your ranks. Everyone is going to study that core subjects 160 questions. Everyone is going to have that knowledge about those subjects, your core pharma subjects. But what will decide your ranks, what will decide the difference in your marks will be that 40 questions of general aptitude and general knowledge. Try to focus on that, try to practice that, because that is something everyone will not know. There might be some things that you have read or you have practiced that others have not. So try to practice more, try to have that information more about general knowledge, what type of questions that have been already asked, try to solve similar type of questions so that you have an entire knowledge about that topic, just like biostat questions that someone asked. So try and solve questions from biostats so that you have an edge over others. This is something that is very special about this NIPER exam, and this is something that will change the ranking of students in this exam. So try and focus on those 40 questions. Those 40 questions are going to make or break your rank here. Okay, if we do not prepare well, sir, would it be worth to take a drop for NIPER, sir? Okay, it depends on how much you have prepared this year. Because if you can do it, if you have that capability that you can wait for 1 year and give NIPER again, then NIPER is always a worth it option. But apart from NIPER, there are also other institutes where you can take up your masters and do it successfully. I will suggest that an institute will not matter in your process of masters, but having NIPER as your alma mater is always going to help you later. So NIPER is always worth it, but ask your family members, ask yourself, check your knowledge, check your level of preparation that you have done, and if you can sustain that 1 year again later. If all these things match up, if all these checkpoints can be checked, you can take a drop. I will not suggest it that you should take a drop for NIPER or any other college. Again, I'll repeat that I'll not suggest you take a drop, any one of you. It would be better. Okay. How many questions should we attempt to get best rank? Again, I've mentioned that it does not matter how many questions you attempt. It would matter that how well you have attempted. So if you want a good rank, then a minimum 170 questions is something that I've noticed gets you a good rank. A rank above 200 or 300 is good. So you can solve nearly 170 questions. You can solve nearly 175 plus questions to get a good rank. Apart from that, for different NIPERs, anything works. Any rank works. Okay, sir, I am from ST category, so how much rank is better for pharmaceutics in Mohali? I would suggest that do not worry about the category and rank now because you need to give your exams first. Give it in a sense that you get good rank. It doesn't matter. Do not rely on your category to get a seat in Mohali or any other institute. Do not rely on your category because there might be people better than you in your own category and you will lose on your seat. So try to get a good rank, try to get the best rank possible for yourself so that you can get a seat anywhere, either NIPER Mohali or any other Mohali. And I will suggest you one thing, all of you, that do not think that apart from NIPER Mohali, there is no other college. Okay. I understand NIPER Mohali is the best institute in India, but there are other institutes as well, just like NIPER Hyderabad, NIPER Ahmedabad, NIPER Guwahati. These institutes have come up with very good technological advancements in their research faculties, research facilities, where they are coming up in their rankings in our national NIRF rankings, if you know. So do not rule out these institutes as well. Try to get a good rank, and once you get a good rank, we can discuss where you can go for whatever department you want. Not in NIPER Mohali, but also in NIPER Hyderabad, NIPER Ahmedabad, NIPER Guwahati. Okay, sir, it's not possible to read whole biostat. Please suggest where should I read it in short. Uh, See, whatever you have made your notes in your GPAT for biostats, because PCI syllabus has biostats in their curriculum. So whatever questions are going to be asked is from that curriculum only. Biostats will not be asked from anywhere else. So just read the overview of biostats that you have in your syllabus so that you can do it well. Because I understand whole biostats is not at all easy task, but still you need to read everything from the PCI syllabus, need to learn the formulas, need to learn the concepts so that you can solve the questions. As I've mentioned earlier, there is no accuracy or something for a good rank. Again, I'm mentioning it. You need to understand this, that for a good rank, you need to solve good questions. You need to solve questions. It is not about the accuracy. If you know the question, just solve it. If you do not know the question, leave it. That is how you get good accuracy. Without that, you will not be able to get good accuracy, and without that, you will not be able to get good marks and a good rank. So it is better to solve questions which you know are correct, rather than thinking and just ऑप्शन में रख दिया है उस क्वेश्चन को आपने, कि मुझे आता है, मुझे समझ रहा है, मैंने कहीं तो पढ़ा था, इसलिए मैं इसको मार्क कर सकता हूँ. डू नॉट गो फॉर दिस. If you do not know the answer, if you are in doubt of that question, just leave that question. Do not take this risk, because if you take one risk and your one answer is wrong, your rank will stumble, and you need to understand that. Again, I've suggested, I will not endorse taking a drop for NIPER. You can do good in your NIPER exam. If even if you have not done good in your GPAT exam, you can study, you can revise in this 1 week and give your NIPER exam, and let NIPER exam decide if you can take a drop or not. Do not consider yourself now that should I take a drop. Okay. In short time, how and where to study for biostats. Again, I have mentioned, check your PCI syllabus. It has everything about biostats, and read from there only. Do not read anything else from outside. It is not worthwhile, and it will take up your time. I've mentioned again, do not check for category or rank now. Just give your exam first, let the rank come, then we can suggest. डू नॉट थिंक कि जनरल कैटेगरी में कितना चाहिए ताकि मुझे सीट मिले. गिव योर बेस्ट, study well so that you can get a good rank first, rather than thinking about studying which rank to get what rank and which seat can I get for what category. Do not do this mistake, because this will create unnecessary pressure on yourself. Just be calm and try to give your exam first. I hope you understand. Time management, for now, as I've mentioned earlier, for now, just revise all your syllabus and then focus on the aptitude questions, general knowledge questions. And after that, time management in your exams, quickly solve the 160 questions that you have in your pharma, so that you get time to solve the mathematical questions, general aptitude questions, general knowledge questions in for that 40 questions. Abhi Srivastav, I guess first we can talk about NIPER, the NIPER examination. Let the result come, and then we can talk about which department is good in which NIPER. I hope that would be better for now. Sir, apart from pharma part, can we guess the answers in general aptitude, general English synonym? It is worth, sir, if we do so. Yeah, if you, it is something that is ambiguous because sometimes what happens is we have read it somewhere, general English synonyms and antonyms. We have that knowledge about it. कि ओके आई हैव रेड इट समवेयर, इसका सिनोनिम ये हो सकता है, इसका सिनोनिम कुछ और हो सकता है. So again, I'll still mention that do not go for these things. If you have a doubt in a question, just leave it rather than risking your mark, 1 mark, because it will unnecessary. If it is right, it can give you 1 mark, or it will deduct some marks from your already correct questions. So I will not endorse or suggest that go for such questions. If you are 50-50% sure, if you can eliminate other options, then you can try for that questions. Else, do not try for such questions which you do not have any idea about. If you have read the questions one time in your life, first time, it is something that you have never read, do not attempt such questions. And there will be such questions. So try to avoid this. आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट इतना सब करके भी डर लगता है. आई अंडरस्टैंड यू आर ऑल इन अ सिचुएशन, टेंस सिचुएशन, बट आई विल सजेस्ट दैट बी calm for now because it is just 1 week remaining, and after that you know that once your result comes out you'll end up somewhere, and whenever or wherever you end up you'll make good for yourself. So it does not make sense कि अभी आप डरो, because अगर अभी आप डरोगे तो आपकी एग्जाम खराब जाएगी. उससे बेटर है टेक गुड अमाउंट ऑफ स्लीप, spend time with the family, be in a mental state where you can give the exam in a good way, and try to focus on the study part rather than focusing on the psychological part of the study. That if I do not get here, what will happen? If I do not get here, what will happen? Do not do this. Okay. Sir, I had solved 150 rupee question in NIPER that take place in 2 week ago. Is it safe attempt to get a good try? As I mentioned, 155 is not good uh, tally. It would be better if you can solve more than 170 questions, because it might happen that if the paper is easy again, then you can go for 175 plus questions. If the paper is somewhat moderate, you can go between 160 to 170 questions. And if the paper is extremely hard, then do not attempt questions which are not in your forte. It is better to leave them, because if it is hard for you, it will be hard for everyone. So do not unnecessarily attempt questions. Not a good rank, I will still suggest if the paper is easy, try to solve more than 170 questions. If the paper is easy, how to select important topics. Okay, again, as I've mentioned, there are no important topics for NIPER. Everything is important. NIPER does not guarantee that this is an important topic, so study this only for your last moment. Everything is important. NIPER can ask question from anywhere. So it is better to study all. The thing I'm focusing on right now is the difference in the pattern because of this 40 questions, the general aptitude questions. Try and solve that, try and practice that. That will change the dynamics of ranking. That will change the ranking system for you guys, because that is something which will decide your ranks, because everyone is not going to solve those questions. Try to practice for now, try to practice those aptitude so that you can solve it and get a good rank. Any book suggestion for last division? For now, do not read any books, any new books. For now, just revise whatever you have already done. Just revise whatever you have already written in your own notes, so that it is easy for you to recall. If you start reading some new book, if you start reading a reference book now, you will waste a lot of your time. It is better to revise from your notes, revise from shortcuts or fast track books that you have created or you have got your notes rather than going for books. I hope I'm clear. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you, Muskan. Uh, I hope you do well in your exam. Sir, last few days preparation time, is it good to attempt many mock tests? I would suggest that in the last 1 week, try to attempt one mock per day, only one mock. Just give one mock test, analyze your marks, analyze your mistakes, and revise all the time, which is left. Do not give more tests because it will create unnecessary pressure and unnecessary time waste. Because you need to give the test, you need to analyze the questions, you need to revise it again. So it is better to give one mock test per day now and revise whatever notes you have done. Yes, the paper will be unexpected again. As I've mentioned, if they have given general aptitude and general knowledge questions, they can ask anything. So whatever that is one of the best things that has happened to you is that you know the pattern now. You know what type of questions have already been asked. So solve these type of questions. Try to solve these type of questions. Try to solve questions from the matrices. Try to solve questions from biostats so that you can have that practice and you can give the correct answer in NIPER. Now, as I've mentioned, consider this as a boon in disguise and start practicing whatever has been already asked because there is a high chance same type of questions will be asked again, if not similar. Okay? Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? There is a high chance that they might get repeat again. There is a high chance. So first, what you can do, what you all can do is just revise whatever questions have been asked, whatever topics have been asked already, and then revise the rest of the topics. So that even if these questions are asked, you do not miss out on those topics. It is better to revise the same and then go for the topics which have not been asked because there is a possibility that they can ask something other than whatever has been already asked. Okay. Sniper can do these things. Sniper can just surprise you at your best. So you not know, you will never guess what is coming to you. So it is better to be prepared for everything. It is better to be, at your defenses in all the directions, so that whatever questions Sniper throws at you, you can answer them correctly. You already have an upper hand because you have already given one exam that has been cancelled. So there is a high chance that they might ask the similar topics. So be thorough with those topics, be thorough with those concepts so that you can do it well. As I've mentioned again, try to solve more than 170 questions if the paper is easy. And if the paper is difficult, do not attempt unnecessary questions where you can lose your marks. Okay. there are a lot of classes or a lot of uh, coaching institutes which give you mock tests, free mock tests. So try and enroll there, and you can give free mock tests there. There are a lot of institutes now which give you mock tests. As I've mentioned, the minimum number that you should attempt if the paper is easy is 170, 170 out of 200. And if the paper is difficult, do not, there is no limit for that. So do not try to solve or mark unnecessary questions. Is it clear? Come on, guys. Some more questions. As I've mentioned, it depends on what background you come from and what do you need to study ahead. NIPER has its own perks, BITS Pilani has its own perks. So there is no such thing as which college is better. NIPER has always been better in pharmaceutical background. It is a college which has Mohali is best. I will agree with you that NIPER Mohali is best in pharmacy. Good. Pharmaceutics for now, do not refer to any books because there is only 7 days left. As I mentioned, do not refer to any book now. Most important thrust areas for now are pharmaceutical analysis and the general aptitude part for medical devices part. Then you can go for pharmaceutics part where pharmaceutical engineering is involved. So these topics you can study, and whatever topics that have already been asked in the previous exam, check that. As I've mentioned, if there have been questions in ecology in the NIPER that you already gave, then do not miss out on ecology. Ecology is one of the most important pharmaceutics. Attempt now. First, give your NIPER exam, get a good rank, and then we can discuss this. There can be another session where we can tell you about need to give your exams, need take good rank, and then we can discuss all this. Another question, guys. You can study more on QSAR from FOA for medicinal chemistry. It has one of, we are not, we'll not be talking about different exams here like GATE or CSIR. We'll be talking about GPAT and NIPER here. So that be the purview of this discussion. I hope you all understand. Questions before that, in the PCI syllabus are more than enough for biostat. But as I've mentioned, do not graduation. Then that is more than enough. Do not go and refer to reference books now because you do not have that much time. questions or if you need anything, you can definitely reach out to Pharma Competitor. And am I audible now? If you need any questions, if you need any further help, you can reach out to Pharma Competitor and we can definitely solve all your doubts. And regarding, sir, what about or okay, guys, let me check again. Uh, am I audible now? Just check, just check once. Am I audible? Kindly confirm if I'm audible. Okay. So, what type of questions will be asked for medical devices? All the type of questions that have been given in pharmaceutics for uh, dry powder inhalers, aerosols, pharmaceutical engineering. These type of questions will be asked. Since the engineering part behind these devices will be asked. The physics try to revise the topics that have already been asked in NIPER that has been cancelled. Recall whatever question concepts that were part of the again. Apart from this, take good amount of sleep before the exam. Do not panic, and I hope you all will do well. Okay. Regarding organic chemistry, not done already. So before ending this, thank you, Pharma Competitor, for having me here, and thank you all for attending this session. If you need anything else, definitely reach out to us, and we can solve all the doubts that you have. Okay. So do well, guys. All the best, and let's end the session now. Okay. Good luck. Thank you all.